there's lots of people that have diabetes. So in case you don't know what that is, I'll explain what it is today. But first I'm going to start with a little story that kind of explains what it's like to be Katie, okay? So the story is called Sweet, and there's Katie. Katie. Okay. So it says, Mommy says I was made extra sweet from the tips of my fingers to the toes on my feet. I was made special from up above and set down for Mommy and Daddy to love. Hey. You can't tell I'm different by glancing at me, but look really close on my fingers, you'll see. The marks of their love right under the skin, it's the sign of the sweetness I carry within. I have diabetes, but I don't feel blue. The people who love me know just what to do. That's my brother. That's your brother. We keep track of my numbers with one little prick and watch what I eat so that I don't feel sick.
Hey, there's a Katie in the book.
That is Katie in the book. When my sugar's too high, I feel a bit shaky, and when it's too low, I feel tired and cranky.
That's Katie.
That's Katie when she was little. There's a part in my body that needs extra aid. It's my pancreas, where the insulin's made.
I don't know why Katie is in the book.
Because it's a book about her.
It does look like Katie.
It does look like Katie.
Is that the real Katie that's in there?
The real Katie that's in there.
How?
Mine cannot make insulin and send it quick. I get my insulin from a tiny stick.
What is that? It's a shot.
It's a shot. But I'll explain at the end.
I need shots. That too.
Sometimes the stick on my tummy or thigh, it can even be given on my arm up real high. That's where you got it.
Doesn't it hurt a lot?
I love my new insulin pump a lot. It gives me my insulin without a shot.
What is that? What is she doing?
We'll show you in the end. I'll tell you all about it. It just takes a minute a few times a day, and I can stay healthy and ready to play. I know that I'm loved and treated with care, even at times when it doesn't seem fair. So remember when you're looking at my fingertips, Mommy's made each prick better with a kiss from her lips. Okay, so now it says the end. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you a little bit about what diabetes is. It's very important to know that diabetes is not something you can catch, okay? Which means it's not like the flu or a cold. So you can be around Katie, and you can touch Katie, and we can live with Katie, and we're not going to get diabetes. This is something that she has. This is kind of something that has a lot of really big words, but I'm going to do the best I can so that we can understand it. And if you have any questions, you can ask me at the end.
What is that over there?
I'll kind of explain it to you what someone who doesn't have diabetes is like, and what someone who does have diabetes.
What's a
So
diabetes?
I'll explain it. So when we eat some food and it goes into our stomach, okay, so some things that we usually like to eat, it goes into our stomach. Our stomach breaks that food down, and our body does some stuff that helps to break the food down into little pieces, okay? Okay, so let's listen. So some of the things it breaks it down into is sugar or carbohydrates, but that's a really big word. It's kind of like sugar. Or protein, which feeds our muscles and helps make us stronger and keeps us having energy. You know protein, huh? Okay, so the food goes down into our stomach and it breaks it up into some sugar and some protein, okay? And our body needs the sugar and protein, okay? So from here, once the food is all broken up into the pieces, it goes into our blood, okay?
Ew.
Now your blood isn't really like this, okay? So your blood is in the veins and it goes through the muscles, okay?
Oh.
And the protein and the sugar that just got all broken up into your tummy, the food that you just ate, goes into your blood.
Ew. Oh. Oh yeah,
Is that
like we're eating a blood food?
You're not eating blood, you're eating food, and then the food gets broken down into little pieces which go into your blood. Okay, so the protein your body uses to make the muscles stronger, and Katie's body does that just like everybody else's body.
I hate blood.
Okay.
I like blood.
Now, for the sugar to be used as energy, which is what we need it for, okay? So we want our sugar to help us give us energy so we can run and we can play. Well, it's not going to work, but to say energy, okay? So, because it reminds me of energy, okay? So in order for the sugar to turn our body to use it into energy, it has to go from the blood into the muscles, okay? But we have really special cells in our bodies that kind of work as a guard, okay? They're like the guard that decides if the sugar can come in and we're going to use it or if it stays in your blood, okay?
And that's not good.
We need some sugar in our blood, actually. We need it for our brain to be able to think, for us to be able to move and our muscles to work.
I want what's that? I want yellow. It goes into the blood.
It's in your blood to start with, okay? So these locks, these cells that kind of work as the guards to make sure, you know, how much sugar can come in and how much sugar can come out. There's a little key that kind of works, okay? The key is actually, it doesn't look like a key. It's in your body and your body makes this key. And so what happens is for somebody that isn't diabetic, so everybody else, your body, you eat some food, your body will make this chemical, your body will make this hormone that helps you to open up these doors, okay? And the sugar needs a key to get into the muscle, okay? Every little sugar needs a key, okay?
And then Katie
So
has
then
a key inside her.
It doesn't look like a key, okay?
But why is the sugar on the key?
Because the sugar has to have a key to get in, okay? These cells have to open up to let the sugar go into the muscle so you can use it for some energy, okay? Your body makes that all by itself. So you have a pancreas, and your body makes those keys, and it's very good at what it does. And your guards are very good, and it lets just the right amount of sugar in and keeps just the amount of sugar out. Let's hold our questions all to the end so that I can finish that. So it lets just the amount of sugar in and just the amount of sugar out. Katie's body doesn't make the key. She doesn't make any insulin. So when she eats her food, there's no opening so that the sugar can get into the muscle, okay? So what we have to do is we have to give her those keys so that she has a pump, and we'll show you at the end. So what we're doing is we're giving her the medicine that your body already makes, and my body makes, anybody that doesn't have diabetes. Your body makes this when you eat, and you guys are all really good and healthy. Katie's body doesn't make this, so we just give her it on the outside. Okay?
Like this Katie?
That Katie. Okay? So she's used to it now because she's had diabetes for a long time. So she knows.
Only one. So
to take care of Katie, what we have to do is we have to see how much sugar she has in her blood, and we have to see if she needs some help getting that sugar to be able to be used for energy. And in order to do that, we will have to give her some insulin. Or Nurse Mark, some of the things that you might have seen us use to do that is to check on Katie.
She's doing it.
We have a little thing right here, and this helps us to poke her finger, which gives us a little bit of her blood, and then this really cool meter right here, this will tell us how much sugar is in her blood, okay? And we use this to know how much of that medicine to give her, okay?
Can we show them?
We can show them. You want to show them poking your finger and everything? Okay.
It's gonna hurt.
You know what?
It's not.
First of all, let's see this. On Katie's fingers, She's been doing this for a really long time. So if you guys look really close on her fingers, she has little tiny dots from where we do this. They're calluses, okay?
I can't see.
Okay. How about you guys sit down and then we'll let the people in the back see.
I do that.
So when we poke her fingers, you guys can see it another time too. She's here she's here.
Like me.
So when we poke her fingers, it doesn't hurt her like it would hurt us. Because she's been doing this for so long, her skin's really used to it. Okay, so she doesn't hurt at all. She says it doesn't hurt at all.
Is this the shot doesn't hurt at all? Is this? Yeah,
that's like an owie from when you got hurt somewhere. Kind of, I guess it would be kind of like that. Okay. So what we would do to take care of Katie is we make sure that her skin is really clean.
Why?
Because we don't want anything that's on the outside of her skin to get in. You don't have to watch if you don't want to. That's totally okay. But it's not bad. And then we get a little bit of her blood.
See blood? Oh my goodness.
And we put it in here. And then this machine is going to tell us how much sugar's in there. Okay? Which is probably going to be off sugar bread.
1, 3, 2. Just not
Okay. Okay? So it tells us how much medicine is needed. Okay? So then what we do, this is the next part, guys. This is called her insulin pump. Okay? So what this does is this holds all of her insulin that she would need. You guys make it inside your body and she doesn't. Okay. So back here, it's in her body. There's a little thing we call the Band-Aid. And every 3 days, she gets a little shot that puts the Band-Aid on her. Okay?
My sister does that.
Okay.
It
So then
actually has a needle on it.
it has a little needle that helps to get that in her skin.
And then it hurt, Katie? No.
Okay.
We put onion cream on it.
Okay. So then this is her pump. Okay? So this is the important thing to know about the pump. Okay? No one should be touching her pump ever. So this is not a toy. It looks really cool and it has little lights on it. But it's very important that nobody touches this because this has medicine that goes right into her body. So if somebody's playing around and somebody like messes with this, Katie can get very sick. Okay? So the only people that get to touch this are adults that are knowing how to take care of her and her diabetes.
Like
so
Miss Mary.
Mr. Mark, the nurse, Mark, and her mom and dad, and me, and her grandma. So we all have to know how to do this, okay? So this just stays on her so that we can give her medicine. So did you?
I will never.
Is it okay if they ask some questions? Okay. So does anybody? Can we raise our hand and ask them one at a time? Questions.
I didn't hear her. Did she wear that night?
Okay. So her question is a really good question. She wants to know: does Katie wear her pump at night?
Yes.
Yes. So when does it come off? When do we take your pump off?
When I take showers.
Or go swimming?
Because it kind of gets my insulin suck. It can get in here where I can't put it in. I used to have a waterproof watch.
Okay. Well, this is waterproof too, but we don't want to get it wet because it's very important. Does anybody have other questions?
Like if you get a flu?
Nope. It's very different than if you get a flu. I guess it kind of depends. Well, so this is a good time to talk about what happens if Katie's sugar isn't at the right number. So sometimes what happens is that Katie will eat something sweet, or she'll eat something that had like bread that makes you have a lot of sugar or carbohydrates in your blood. Okay.
What?
When that happens, Katie can feel different. So can you tell them what it feels like if your sugar's high?
I kind of feel a little weird.
So she'll notice that she feels a little different. Okay, like sometimes it's a little jittery or she's a little sweaty.
Like low, if I'm like 10, I pass out. If I'm like 10.
Okay. So yeah. So if it gets low, it's sometimes hard for her to think because her brain isn't getting what it needs to be able to think all the way. So she might feel a little bit tired. Sometimes it feels like she can't move her arms or her legs. Okay, so there's things like that. And she does get a little bit cranky. So that's kind of how we can tell. Do you have other questions?
Can she tell?
She'll tell us. Or Miss Mary. So if she... If she has too much sugar, it's something easy that we fix. We just help her, give her a little bit of insulin so that sugar can get out of her blood. If she doesn't have enough sugar, that might be what you guys see if she has to eat a cookie at her desk, or if she has to get something out of her special bin, because she might need a little bit more sugar. Okay?
That's why I get cookies in class.
That's why she might get cookies in class. You want to ask her? What? Answer the question?
Ashley, are you a doctor?
I am not a doctor. But I love Katie very much, and we all want to learn to take care of her until she's big enough to take care of herself. So she's learning to do some things by herself, because one day she'll be big enough and she'll do this all on her own. So we just have to teach people how to take care of her until she's ready to do it.
But it's yucky.
Yeah. You know what? It might seem yucky the first time and maybe a little bit scary, but it's really not yucky. So, you know, if you say things like it's yucky, that might hurt somebody's feelings.
It doesn't hurt mine.
Doesn't hurt yours? Okay. It is a little scary if you don't know what it is, but now you all know what it is. So it doesn't have to be scary. It's not going to happen to you. No one's ever going to use this on you guys. Yeah, so you get shots for a lot of different reasons, right? For different things.
Like over 600, I get shots.
Okay, so if her sugar's really high, sometimes we have to give her a shot in her arm instead of using her pump. That's what I'm talking about. She doesn't have to pay your
What the?
Why does Katie have to have this? So Katie has this because this is what holds the medicine that she needs. So if she didn't, some people with diabetes don't have a pump, and then they get their medicine through a shot. So every time they eat or they check their sugar and it's off, then they give themselves a shot that has the same medicine in it. But we didn't want Katie to have a lot of shots, so we just let her have this shot, which goes, you know, about every 3 days, and then this just stays in her. So this little tube that's here holds her medicine, and it stays inside her. Okay? Any other questions about that?
No.
No, are we good? You have one. How about one last question?
Erica, what?
You know what? That's a good question. So she wants to know, can we see the medicine when it goes in her? The medicine is actually clear. So the only way we know that the medicine is going in is because this thing is kind of like a cell phone. When she gets her medicine in here, what I can do.
It's kind of different. Like,
It's gonna. I can get. You're a little bit high, so I can do this one. When she gets her medicine in here, this is like a little remote control. It'll vibrate, which lets us know that she got her medicine. Okay. Okay, so it's gonna let us know. See how it lights up and lets us know? Okay. So, and then it goes in here, but you can't, it's already going through the tube, but you can't see it because it's clear.
I can kind of It's in there, the words is in there.
So the most important thing that I want you guys to know today is Katie will answer some questions for you, like if you have questions during the year. But other than that, she wants to be just like the regular kids, okay? So she just wants you guys to know what this is and that she has it, and we let her live her life just like any other kid would. So you guys keep playing with her, and you don't worry, and if you're curious, you can ask her the questions, but try not to treat her any different, because she likes to be just like everybody else. Can you have someone have another question? There's no blood. There's no blood.
There's a line. Is there still word in your body?
A what?
Is she a regular people?
She is a regular person. So the only difference is that the part in her body that's supposed to make this medicine, it just doesn't work. So all we do is give her the medicine from outside. If we took this off of her, she's going to be just like everybody else. There's nothing else inside her. She's absolutely a regular person.
That's straight.